500 laps. Sixth machine around off turn number 2. Huge wreck there. Samosian drives it in on the new tires off of turn 4. Connor Samosian, the new tire fall, the 4-tire fall, 1 tire across the line. Connor Samosian is still away near chances.
We're live here at Darlington Raceway for race number 7 of the SuperStar ARCA Cup Series. For the race deck, Throwback 170 practice just wrapping up. Jimmy Geikus was fastest in practice with a 25.509. We'll see if anyone will beat that lap time here in qualifying. As 5 minutes and 2 laps like usual, the top 2 automatically transferring into the main event. We go to last week's winner at Watkins Glen, Brock Morris right now, the 05 machine. See what you can do here in qualifying. During his first time lap. Darlington, a really tricky racetrack here, especially the exit of turn 2, definitely probably one of the hardest on the schedule, if not the hardest. And off of turn 4, see what Brock Morris will do here. Zachary Tyler goes top of the board for now. Samuel Hoff goes top of the board. Cameron Craighead, Brock Morris puts himself in 5th. Ruben Rodas goes up to 2nd. Craighead's gonna pull off, and that's gonna be his lap done there. As Jared Skinner goes quickest and 2nd quickest. See what he can prove this lap right here. As Daniel Molnix now goes top of the board. Currently sits 6th in the points. Was the points leader in the last week, but dropped big time after a bad finish there. At Watkins Glen, Jared Skinner does not improve, almost does, but he will stay in 2nd for now as Nathan Johnson goes up to 4th place. Hunter Sr. going to go for his 2nd time lap here. There's also his throwback race as well at Darlington. As off of turn 4 he goes. Senior to cross the line and does improve barely as Blake McClung now goes top of the board on his first time lap in that Tim machine. Still 2.5 minutes left in qualifying so far as Donnie Kite now goes to the top of the board. Seems like the track might be getting a little bit quicker here later in the session, as mostly everyone has set a lap. Most notably, Alex Anderson has not set a lap so far. Nathan Fryer, he ran 3 laps, but none of them did count. It's Tim McPassible in a 93 machine. Currently sitting 43rd. Across the line, will he improve at all? Yes, he will, big time. That still only puts him in 41st. So pretty much the whole field has set a lap so far, except John Peterson, who's on the racetrack right now.
Peterson works his way through turn 1 and 2 here, running that top lane. Gonna cut down a little bit off of turn number 2 here. Gonna try and rock it down the back straightaway. See what he can do on his first lap. Down in the 3 and 4, gonna have to get hard on the brakes. Gonna wrap the bottom. Interesting move there. It's gonna slide off the racetrack. Gonna stick it up to the outside wall. Gotta be careful. Don't hit the outside wall off of 4 here. Peterson gonna be able to get a good run off of 4. Gonna cross the line. We're running 29.565 for lap number 1.
Puts him up to 32nd there. As it looks like Alex Anderson not gonna be able to set a lap here, which is a big disappointing hit for him. Currently, he leads the points after last week at Watkins Glen. He's got to start the rear of the field in the heat race.
Yeah, big disadvantage because Darlington, very hard track to pass. So that's going to be big news going into tonight if he can't get a good qualifying.
Looks like that's the wrap up qualifying pretty much. Not officially yet, but 30 seconds left. No one's able to set their time. So Blake McClung, what a lap from him, beating out Donnie Kite by 4 thousandths of a second. In about 20 seconds here, he'll officially be on pole position here for the Race Tech Throwback 170.
Yeah, Blake McClung able to put it on the pole and take the Rogue Energy Pole Award. And our ad read here. Are you ready to take your sim racing to the next level? Rogue Energy is the ultimate gaming energy drink, loaded with vitamins, minerals, and amino acids. Get laser-like focus, increased motivation, and longer endurance to excel on the track. Whether you're battling for the lead or perfecting your lap times, Rogue Energy gives you the edge you need. Use code RER at checkout for 10% off your purchase. Don't just play, dominate with Rogue Energy. And again, use code RER for 10% off your purchase.
Yeah, so Blake McClung and Donnie Kite not having to go through the heat races here. I think this is probably the only track road on the schedule other than Daytona. That's really kind of a somewhat of a, what would you call it? Kind of a dogfight, kind of pretty much. Just all the other tracks have been pretty, I guess, stable, you could say. Darlington, not so much. Phoenix was kind of like that as well, but I think Darlington, with how tight it is, all it takes is one little wreck and pretty much destroyed, and you have to go through the LCQ.
Yeah, for sure. Darlington definitely can easily cause a big wreck, especially how the banking is. You can also just slide down the track as well, but if you especially get turned into the corner, especially how narrow these corners are up on the banking there. In the corners, if you get somebody gets turned up there, it can easily collect a lot of cars, and that could easily send you to the back. And 15 cars per heat here, so that's going to be interesting. We have to keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat number 1. Daniel Wallach's on the pole. Nathan Johnson will start second. Dustin Coggan will start third. Cliff Adams will start fourth. Jimmy Geico's fifth. Timothy Presley will be 6th. Isaiah Watchers will be 7th. Dan Riverark will be 8th. Dylan Lamp will be 9th. Alex Payne will be 10th. AJ Hudson will be 11th. Brian Marshall will be 12th. Albert Lopez will be 13th. Tim McBasketball will be 14th. And our 15-car heat will be the 67 of Alex Anderson. So he's going to have a lot of work to do. He has to get up. He has to get 5 spots. Has to get top 10 to make it to the feature tonight.
Not even on the grid, so I don't know if he has technical issues or anything like that. But big championship implications for our points leader right now.
He's not on the grid yet. He is in the session, so keep an eye on that.
Also, one thing to know as well, Daniel Monks will have a drive-through in the feature race. So, if your other drivers have EOLs and heats, I don't believe AJ Hudson would be one of those drivers, as you can see in the background there. You got Dan Adams and Dylan Lamp. Dylan Lamp's also in this heat as well, so he will get an EOL. Dan Adams is not in this heat, so 2 of the 3 EOL drivers, actually, excuse me, Dan Adams is EOLs in the feature. But Blake McClung, luckily for him, he got the pole. He had a drive-through in the heat race, but he won't have to have a heat race since he got pole. So you'll have to have a drive-through in the feature, though. I'm not sure exactly how that would work out for next week, but that's something kind of interesting. But anyways. Pace truck pulls on the pit lane. We're about to go green here. For 12 laps at Darlington.
Yeah, the pace goes off, and green flags in the air. We're underway here for Darlington. Daniel Wallach's off to a great start. He's not fully clear Nathan Johnson here, but he should be able to easily clear going down into turn number 1, and he will. They'll be side by side for second, though, between Nathan Johnson and Dustin Coggin. Johnson gonna fall behind Coggin there in P number 3. They slot in pretty quickly.
Down in the 3401, driver got a shot in the corner, around they go. As that's Jimmy Geikis was saved from that 25, as Isaiah Walterson still on the outside wall, but they keep it straight here in turn 3 and 4 in lap 1.
That's gonna cause a big stack up through most of the field. Right now, these top 3 are closest on the racetrack. As Nathan Johnson starting to fall off just a little bit compared to these drivers.
Right now, top 3 pretty much gone from the rest of the field, as you mentioned. The rest of the field pretty close together. There's only 14 drivers on the racetrack. AJ Hudson and Dylan Lamp, who got the ELO penalties, still in 12th and 14th. Got by Tim basketball there, but just got to work your way up as much as possible. 12 laps here at Darlington. Plenty of time to do something. And also, a wreck could easily happen and take out quite a few drivers as well.
Early Daniel Wallach's able to hold the lead so far over Dustin Coggin. They're starting to separate just a little bit from each other.
See kind of little different packs forming here so far. I'm not sure exactly how the ARCA Car races. I would think it race more like the Gen 6 or something like that. Gen 6 with Xfinity. But it kind of seems like what it's looking like right now so far. Tire wear is definitely going to be a big issue in the main event. Maybe not so much in the LCQ, but it's still always going to be hard to pass here at a track like Darlington.
Yeah, typically the way to go is going around the outside. That typically going around the outside in 3 and 4. That typically really works well with the trucks. Xfinity and Cup. I mean, all of those, but also this ARCA car knows to be, this new ARCA car especially knows to be very tight. It's very hard to do that. You got a really tight handling race car, try and get around that outside, because you just plow up the track. You just can't get the power down. You just have to wait for it if you drive it around them. So it's pretty much. I think it's gonna be very hard to pass.
Dylan Lamp using a little bumper on here at Darlington on Brian Marshall. Marshall stays in front for now.
It's also a way to do it. We'll see if he can chase him down.
Very slow. Not sure if he got aero damage or maybe some wheel damage even. Laying the outside wall. There's Marshall getting to the inside of Albert Lopez, not able to do so off of 4. I think that's kind of what we're going to see tonight. Just could be so hard to pass, especially with how tight the ARCA car handles in the front end. Just plows a lot, especially off of turn 2. That could definitely be a trouble spot for some of these drivers. Up front, top 5 position, Timothy Presley and Jimmy Geikis battling it out.
Side by side here on the outside, the 41 Timothy Presley.
Maybe a little sketchy off of turn 2. Oh, Geikis backed out of that one. I believe Presley's running a Greg Biffle throwback, it looks like to me. I believe they're not 41. I think that's what he's trying to do there. Anyways, he's still in 5th place inside the top 5. I was about to go through the whole grid and kind of see what throwbacks we've seen, especially in these heat races. Just kind of bit by bit.
And Jimmy Geikis running that Ricky Rudd or Davey Allison throwback. So as to battle out for 5th. Also, while this is going on, interesting note, Alex Anderson did not grid, so he will go to the LCQ. So interesting note for our points leader.
Yeah, he just got the points lead last week after Molnix had a terrible, terrible result for him. And Molnix was the points leader. He dropped down all the way to 6th place, 5 positions from the points lead, which is insane amount in one race. But anyways, still a top 5 battling out here. Jimmy Geikis and Timothy Presley. White flag for Daniel Molnix, trying to have a big rebound here at Darlington.
Yeah, Daniel Molnix dominated this heat race so far, but right now, Timothy Presley, Jeremy Geikis battling for this top 5. Either you get away from each other. Geikis, he has one opportunity down in 3 and 4 here. So he goes to the bottom. He's going to stay right behind him. Presley going to get tight. Going to give him the wall in 3 and 4. Going to kind of bounce it, just wall pop it. He's going to be able to drive off it through the corner. Geikis still going to get to the bottom. Going to be side by side, but Presley holds on for the top 5 as Molnix picks up the heat win.
Yeah, pretty much uncontested for the top 3, really. All the way from the rest of the field, and they couldn't really get around each other, but Molnix shows how good he is here.
And here is our results for heat number 1. Daniel Molnix be able to pick up the heat win. Dustin Coggan, P number 2. Nathan Johnson 3rd. Cliff Adams 4th. Timothy Presley 5th. Jimmy Geikis 6th. Dan Reber in 7th. Isaiah Watchers in 8th. Alex Creed 9th. Albert Lopez rounds out our top 10, so he'll be the last driver to make it to the main tonight. Dylan Lamp 11th. Brian Marshall 12th. Tim McBasketball 13th. AJ Hudson 14th. And 15th. Alex Anderson. So Alex Anderson got to start from the back of the LCQ, so that's gonna be a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, not sure if he's having issues or something like that, but is right now green up and rolling off for heat number 2.
Yeah, and grid for heat number 2, Jared Skinner starts first. Ryan Sauer will start alongside him. Travis Hugo will start 3rd. Nate Baucus will start 5th. Samuel Hoff will round out our top 5. Skylar Jones will start 6th. Kyle Hudsky will start 7th. John Peterson will start 8th. 9th will be Jacob Wilson. 10th will be Michael James. 11th will be Zachary Tyler. Michael Mullen will start 12th. Dane Adams will start 13th. Jordan Warnock will start 14th. And Nathan Fryer will start 15th in heat number 2.
Yep, and based off what we saw last heat, not a lot of passing out front, more so in the mid-pack. We'll see what Jared Skinner can do, and Ryan Sauer on the front row. And a few other throwbacks in this race as well. Can we see Dan Kirkpatrick's car, Ricky Craven car, a few others. So I think we saw Hooters car as well. Throwback for that one.
Pace cars take that hard left turn on the pit road. We're backing away here from Darlington. Start heat number 2. Skinner off to a great start. He's actually gonna be full clear. Gonna be side by side for second though between Sauer and Beaver. You're on the bottom. Sauer on the outside lane. Off gonna try and follow Sauer through, and he will, as Beaver will fall back to 4th.
Again, race leader gets a great start in the top 3 once again. Looks like Deja Vu pretty much pulling away big time. Hoff started 5th, the 3rd already. Some contact in the wall out back, but clean so far through lap 1.
Everyone clean and green. Single files out pretty quickly. We do have a double file battle. Nathan Fryer moves in quickly, and Dane Adams going to go to the wall into turn 1. Huge hit to that 88 machine. He's going to fall back behind Jordan Warnock as Nathan Fryer really aggressive on that move going into the 1.
Seymour Hoff for second on Ryan Sauer on the outside lane. See Jared Skinner and Sauer run the inside. Hoff taking advantage of that when he runs the outside, gets the pass done. He moves himself up to second.
And he will do it well as he was able to get that move done pretty quickly. See if he can chase down Jared Skinner. Single file out through the field now. Do have someone looking towards the back. Zachary Tyler was looking under Skylar Jones to battle for 9th. What, 8th? As now you have John Peterson looking for ninth now on Zachary Tyler. Peaks those to the bottom going into one, but just stay behind him. Oh, but John Peterson gonna get to the wall.
Both of them.
Nathan Fryer didn't get it into it as hard as Peterson did. Now Fryer's going to the bottom. Peterson up to the outside lane. Gonna get into the wall. Almost. Fryer almost gets turned there. He's gonna hold on to it, but he's gonna be able to get 10, pick up P number 10. So Peterson falls back to 11th. He's gonna have to try and get back going and regather himself. He wants to try and get in the feature tonight from the heat race.
It's up ahead. Jacob Wilson, Skylar Jones pretty close together. 7th and 8th, and also Nate Boggs right up ahead as well. Pretty close.
Yeah, Wilson holding on to 7th right now. Jones trying to find his way by. He goes to the bottom in 3, but six right behind Wilson. Wilson gonna run the middle of the racetrack to slide up just a little bit. Here comes Jones, the good run off of turn 4, gonna have the nose to the bottom. Jones gonna pull alongside, side by side going to the 1, gonna back up, back out of it.
Clips here from big time there, gives Wilson plenty of room. We both know they're pretty much into the main event as long as they don't make a big mistake.
Jones to the bottom now, side by side for Wilson as he enters for number 1. Wilson able to prevail in the high lane though, as Jones not wanting to stick to the bottom. No reason to risk that risky of a move this early, especially in the heat race. Probably see something like that tried in the main event in a race later tonight. No one trying into the heat race. Jones trying to stick to the outside though, trying to get some clean air on that nose. Off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. As another opportunity here to 1, but going to stick behind Wilson. I think Jones should just try and focus on the run off of turn 2 here. Maybe mount up attack going into 3. He really wants to get by.
Probably the best option here. Turn 2, turn 1, 2. Probably not the best place to pass, especially in these ARCA cars, just with how they handle. Jones clips the outside wall. Actually, a little wall tap there. Gets a good run off of turn 4. Side by side along Wilson into turn 1. Can he make the move here? How aggressive will he be? He's going to stay side by side. It's going to be a little sketchy here off of turn 2.
He's going to stick it to the bottom. Jones going to try and pin Wilson all the way up the racetrack. They're both going to get tight. Wilson keeps it out of the wall, but that's going to allow the 20 machine of Zachary Tyler.
10th also behind. 10th behind. Michael James gets around Nathan Fryer for 10th. Coming to 2 laps to go this time by.
James able to get by, but Fryer with a good run off of turn 4. He's going to have another opportunity. This was side by side, down the back straightaway. 2 to go here in the heat race. The heat number 2. Fryer's going to get to the wall in the middle of 1 and 2, though. James going to get cleared, though. So James falls back to 11th. Fryer holds on to 10th. Multiple battles going on so far. As white flag for Jared Skinner. Skylar Jones all the way back home for Jacob Wilson. Michael James fall off the back of Zachary Tyler. Oh, sorry, of Nathan Fryer. But Jared Skinner through 3 and 4. Hoff tries to dive it in, tries to make a move for the heat win, but it's not going to be enough. Off of turn number 2. Off of turn 4, Jared Skinner's going to pick up heat number 2. Skylar Jones going to be side by side with Jacob Wilson off the exit, but not going to have enough of a run. So Wilson's going to hold off that position. But Jared Skinner picked up heat number 2. Good defense right there in that final lap.
And that was a lot more competitive race out front than we saw in heat number 1. But still not a lot of movement though. Hoff made his way up to the field, but overall, it's still just gonna be really tough to pass, it seems like, in the main event as well. So here's your results. Jared Skinner wins heat number 2, Samuel Hoff second, Ryan Sauer third, Travis Beaver fourth, Karolinski fifth, Nate Bogus sixth, Jacob Wilson seventh, Skylar Jones in eighth, Zachary Tyler in ninth, Nathan Fryer round out the top 10. The rest of the field, Michael James, John Peterson, Jordan Warnock, Dan Adams, and Michael Malm having to go to the LCQ.
Yeah, so we'll see those drivers again in the LCQ just after heat number 3 here. So heat number 3 on the grid. Now they're starting to roll off. Cameron Craig will start P number 1. Ryan Houston will start second. Ruben Hurst will start third. Brock Morris will start fifth. Hunter Senior will start fifth. Connor Samuelson will start sixth. Jake Ballman will start seventh. Craig Martin 8th. Tate LePrec will start 9th, and Travis Sheet round out our top 10. Thomas Spencer will start 11th. Aaron Benson will start 12th. 13th will be Jordan Evans. 14th will be Christian Traeger, and John Russo will start 15th.
That's
Now the pace truck. Pace truck leads them down the back straightaway here. So we're gonna get their way to, about to get on the way for heat number 3. So we'll see those final 10 drivers from the heats.
Yeah, based off what we saw in the first few heats, it seems like once you get out front, the race leader just can control the lane with the dirty air. We'll see what Cameron Craig can do on this initial start.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. If he can get clear really quickly, he's going to have Houston to the outside, but side by side into the guy Carrizo zone. Green flag in the air. We're on the way for heat number 3, 12 laps. Decide our final 10 drivers for the heat race.
Have to restart there.
Houston with the nose out in front through the restart zone. Unfortunately, the penalty, he did give it back, so we'll see if the race control does clear that.
Yeah,
but
looks like he's going to pay this time, maybe. Yeah.
That he will. So Houston gonna have to serve that penalty. Brock Morris on the outside. That's gonna cause a little bit of checkup. Actually, he didn't get it. Wasn't able to get it down pit road. Hunter Senior now. He's been clear. Yeah, Ryan Houston. That's a big mistake. Couldn't have that happen, and now he's gonna have to go to the LCQ.
Yeah, great qualifying effort for him. He would have qualified, I believe, 8th place. You know, yeah, 8th or 7th, somewhere around there. Not sure exactly, but he had a top 10 qualifying result, and just pretty much he's only guaranteed to start around 30th on back, pretty much, if he even makes the race.
Yeah, so we'll see. He's got to work his way through the LCQ just after this, so we'll see him back on the track.
Brock Morris right on the back bumper of Cameron Craighead. I think he can definitely make a move here for the race lead, possibly these next few laps.
Yeah, Brock Morris trying to hunt Craighead down. He had a really good run off of turn 2 here. We go down to the inside into turn 3. Morris going to try and wrap the bottom. Just stay inside of Cameron Craighead. Get closer, get more alongside through the center of the corner. But Craighead's going to be able to get the run off the corner. But Craighead's going to get into the wall. Morris got to check up, but that's going to allow Sabosi to get a run. Sabosi boxed in here. He's going to push Craighead to the lead. That's going to leave him side by side for second, though, as Morris now, just unfortunate, he's going to lose another spot there. He's going to lose a spot to Sabosi, and Sabosi clears for second.
So here comes Ruben Rodas to the inside.
Yeah, Ruben Rodas to the bottom. The pin Morris all the way up the racetrack right up against that outside wall, but he'll be able to clear. Into the battle for second as Sabosian had Morris all over his bumper, but backs off just a little bit now through 3 and 4. But now Morris going to get a really good run through the center of 3 and 4. Has a decent run off on turn 4, but not going to be enough to chase down and make a move on Sabosian going down to the 1. Sebastian now just holding off Morris as Morris trying to find his way by for seconds. They're just going to push each other down the straightaway.
Back here, about for around 8th and 9th. Big Ballman in 8th place is Thomas Spencer. Travis Sheet 9th and 8th. Aaron Benson pretty far back, about 1.1 seconds back. As up in front, Ruben Rodas clears Brock Morris as Brock Morris hits the outside wall, but he's going to do a crossover move on the 5 machine. So also Henderson going to fall in possibly. No, he's going to stay back for now.
Yes, Morris falling back again. I think just caught out the end of 3. Falls back into the spot, but now Hunter Sr. maybe tries to make an opportunity here on Brock Morris. We'll see. So far, these 2nd through 5th here just battling all race long. Those to tail all race long is now they hit 3 to go. So in the final quarter of this heat race, but all these guys just they keep it together, keep it clean. They'll all make the main event, get the main race tonight. This heat race has been calm, just like the last one.
Yeah, all these heat races have been pretty calm. As Ruben Rodas on the inside now of Connor Sebastian. Been really calm so far, as this could be the one that's a little hectic now.
Yeah, Rodas gets into 1. The door of Sebastian at the racetrack a little bit, so Rodas is going to clear for 2nd. Sebastian's going to get into the wall, and Morris checks up, knowing it was going to happen. And I don't know, Senior, that's kind of, unfortunately, going to harm Senior a little bit there, as he had to go way down the racetrack to avoid Morris checking up. We're off at turn 4. Right now, Morris holds the spot over Senior. That's going to shake them all up, and that should probably end these battles. We'll see if Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian hard on the wall.
Actually got on the wall again. Now Morris has an opportunity, maybe. But Senior has to try and chase him down. Senior to the bottom, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Morris going to be able to hold on to 4th off of turn number 4. So, but Cameron Craighead able to pick up the heat win. So an interesting fun fact there, all of the pole sitters for the heats were able to pick up the heat win. So that's kind of a fun fact going into the consolation here on LCQ and maybe the feature race tonight. So we could see if that trend continues tonight. But before we get to our LCQ, let's take a look at our results for heat number 3. So Cameron Craighead on the front row, able to pick up the heat win. Ruben Rose picks up 2nd, Connor Rosie in 3rd, Brock Morris 4th, Hunter Sr. rounds at the top 5, Craig Martin 6th, Tate Lefrette 7th, Jake Ballman 8th, Travis Sheed 9th, Thomas Spencer 10th, Aaron Benson 11th, Christian Strager 12th, 13th, Jordan Evans, Houston 14th, and John Rosso 15th. So Houston, fortunately, have to go to the LCQ with that penalty. Have to go to LCQ with Benson, Strager, Evans, and Rosso, as they will line up on the grid for the LCQ now. So 20 laps for the LCQ. 4 spots out of the 15 drivers will go to the race tonight. So Dylan Lett will start on the pole for that. Michael James will start 2nd. 3rd will be Aaron Benson. Brian Marshall will start 4th. John Peterson will start 5th. 6th will be Christian Schrager. Tim Basketball will start 7th. Jordan Warnock will start 8th. Jordan Evans will start 9th. AJ Hudson will start 10th. Dana Adams will start 11th. 12th will be Ryan Houston. Alex Anderson will start 13th. Michael Baum will start 14th. And John Rosso will run our 15-car field for this LCQ.
As Anderson does grid up, so that's going to be one driver to watch out for when he make his way through the field. And also same with Ryan Houtson. Those are definitely the 2 I would watch out for, starting in the back in 13th and 12th.
So Dylan Lamp, we'll see if he can continue the trend tonight. All 3 heat winners have started on the poles. We'll see if Dylan Lamp can pick up the LCQ win, as he will start on the poles. We'll see what happens there. Alex Anderson, he is starting this race. Unlike the heat race, he was not able to make it, so he'll have to work his way up through the field. But Dylan Lamp hits the guy Carissa, so we're underway here for the LCQ. As Michael James able to match him pretty well on the restart. We'll see if James can hold the outside lane going into 1. It's just side by side for the lead. Lamp on the bottom, James to the outside, and I think James is going to be able to get the move done off of turn 2. Lamp's going to try and still hold the bottom there off of turn number 2. Got the inside lane, but James going to run. That's now the 21 machine of Aaron Benson. They're wrecking to the back.
It's Alex Anderson.
In the back there. Alex Anderson, a points leader around. You have to quickly get back going. Hope maybe some stuff happens up front. As he's going to lose a lot of time there. He's got to hope for a lot of help. But Dylan Lamp falls back to 3rd.
There's a little more wrecking maybe in the back there. I think it's Jordan Warnock. The 07 machine.
Side by side between Dylan Lamp and Brian Marshall. Is Marshall going to be able to clear?
Oh, more cars in the wall. It's also Jordan Warnock again. As Dylan Lamp side by side. Off of turn 4 he goes. There's still side by side movement in the back as well. As Marshall stays ahead for now off of turn 2. Line up side by side. Ryan Houtzen up to 6th place. Tim McBass and Christian Schweiger in the outside wall hard. It's going to allow Ryan Housen to pull away even more and try to catch up to these top 5 drivers, and he's in a good spot here. Only 4 laps into this one.
Yeah, he needs to gain a little bit more time. Needs to gain about a second to get to Brian Marshall. Is now the inside. John Peterson looks for the inside of Dylan Lamp there. Is Dylan Lamp our 4th place runner so far. So Dylan Lamp looks like he won't continue the trend of the pole sitters win the race. John Peterson tries to drive his way through, try to get to Dylan Lamp. As actually he's getting to the wall, scrapes the wall pretty much all the way through 3 and 4.
From the back, Christian Schweiger. I believe he has wheel damage. Yeah, he's going to park it down the inside apron. Most likely out for tonight.
John Peterson able to get a good run off of turn 2, going to close the gap down just a little bit, but now keep in mind this LCQ about 8 laps longer than our heat races, so we may start to see a little bit of tire come into factor later in this run. But Aaron Benson, he's looked under attack from Brian Marshall there off of 4. He was able to get the run down the front straightaway into 1, but now Dylan Lamp, he's got the pressure from John Peterson behind. How aggressive he's going to want to try and get by Brian Marshall. He has the chance and maybe get a little bit of extra cushion, as now the 98 machine of Ryan Houston goes to the bottom. He's going to clear John Peterson, so now Houston moves up to 5th. He's working his way good. He had a good qualifying, got the penalty at the start of heat number 3, so now he's going to try and drive his way into 4th here, and he wants to make this race. Down into 3 and 4. And Houston with a good run as the Lamp got a little unsettled off of turn 4 there and chased him up the track. And now that's allows John Peterson to go to the inside for 5th. But now Houston in the transfer spot. As Houston way off the racetrack, perfectly right up against that outside wall, gets a good cut down. Now he's gonna have a really good run on Brian Marshall now down the back straightaway into 3. So now this could put Marshall maybe in the transfer spot. As now Marshall on the wall, Houston wrapping up bottom. As Peterson side by side with Lamp behind, a little bit of contact. Peterson going to have the racetrack a little bit. He's going to hold on to it, but now Marshall in the transfer spot. Dylan Lamp holds the fifth. Tries to find his way by Brian Marshall. Has to find his way by soon. Is Lamp going to get a little off of turn 2. That allows John Peterson moves back up to 5th. It's now he's going to have the outside though here to 3 and 4.
And watch out for Alex
Marshall, but he's
Anderson.
into the wall again.
He's up to 8th place already. We're just going halfway this time by. He's only around a second or so back from the top 4 spot.
And Brian Marshall falls back to 6th now, and that's going to cost him a lot of time. John Peterson holds the 4th, holds the final transfer spots.
Yeah, now he's a little bit of a cushion between him and Dylan Lamp. Like I mentioned, Alex Anderson not too far behind. He's caught up big time on these drivers up ahead. We'll see what he can do here in these next few laps or so. I think in the next 5 laps, if you can get within up to 7th, maybe the 6th, he has a chance.
He has gained about a second and a half since his little spin off at turn number 2 on lap number 1. He's just got by Warnock, so he's into 7th, but he gets to the wall for turn number 4. That's not going to help him. That's going to allow Warnock to get back to the inside, side by side for 7th here. Warnock trying to fight. Should I get that extra point maybe if he knows he can't make the race? But Anderson gets up to 7th. He's got about 2 seconds to get to Peterson. It's going to be a lot of work, and especially that wall. We got too much damage there.
As behind them, the battle here, Jordan Warnock, Jordan Evans, just going for some extra points here on back. Pearson's actually closing on Aaron Benson for 3rd. Maybe a little bit more cushion for him just to be 100% safe here from the 5.5 laps to go.
And keep in mind, Ryan Houston, he's closing that gap on Michael James. He's now within 5 to go. He's battling for that race lead. He just looks to the outside in 3 and 4. Gonna wrap the bottom though, as now he gets the good cut down off of turn 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be down side by side is Michael James. Going to be play the smart, just let him by. Don't need to risk battling and getting yourself in a wreck. So Ryan Houston to the lead as he started from 12th. A great drive here in this LCQ. And Ryan Houston going to pull away for the lead. John Peterson going to try and close down on Aaron Benson. You don't want to battle too much. You don't want to let Dylan Lamp, Brian Marshall, or Alex Anderson get back into this battle. Just gotta be careful here, but coming to 4 to go. It's gonna be a lot of work if Alex Anderson wants to get him, as Alex Anderson actually gets by Brian Marshall. He's closing that gap, but he's not gaining much on 4th.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to give the 5th place here, but what a recovery for Alex Anderson. Starting pretty much in last place, 13th I believe, and having to spin a lap 1 into turn 3, and clawing his way back up to 6th place. I mean, it's been very impressive for that 67 machine, but obviously not the night you want to have.
Peterson goes to the outside now of Benson, so side by side for 3rd. Benson holds on. He's going to fall back to 4th. Not going to put too much of a fight up for that spot. See, I mean, if he falls back really hard in the next 3 laps, don't think he will. Alex Anderson trying to chase down Dylan Lamp, trying to put every little bit of that he's got into this race car. Put any bit of time left. Just that unfortunate, I think Alex Anderson would have been able to drive up and make the race tonight, but just that wreck off of turn number 2, just being mired to the back of the pack, and just lap 1 shenanigans. Just get yourself caught up in that, and now 2 to go here. Aaron Benson looks really tight through this turn 2, lose a little bit of time to Dylan Lamp, but Alex Anderson, he's actually got Jordan Evans chasing him down. But Aaron Benson holds on. 1 lap to go, though, for Ryan Houston out front. It's the final lap through the LCQ. As Ryan Houston started 12th, started second in his heat race. Get the penalty on the restart. Get the penalty on the start. Had to work his way back from the LCQ. So great run for him tonight in this LCQ. Drove all the way up from 12th to 1st. Ryan Houston, he'll pick up the LCQ win. He'll start 33rd tonight here in the feature. Come up in a few minutes' time. But Ryan Houston, good drive there. Picks up the LCQ win. Michael James, John Peterson, Aaron Benson will transfer on through as well, as Dylan Lamp will be the first driver out. And Alex Anderson will be 6th. So take our thoughts here. So Houston first, James second, Peterson third, and Aaron Benson will be 4th. So they'll line up 33rd through 36th tonight. As Dylan Lamp will finish 5th tonight, and he'll be the first driver out. Alex Anderson 6th, Jordan Emerson 7th, Brian Marshall 8th, Warnock in 9th, Dan Adams in 10th, 11th, Michael Mall, Timmer Basketball 12th, Christian Schrenger in 13th, AJ Hudson in 14th, and John Russo 15th. So all those drivers will be out tonight. The warm-up is underway. As while these drivers get their warm-up underway, we're going to take this moment to step away. We'll be right back here for Darlington for the main race. Welcome back here to Darlington Raceway here in Darlington, South Carolina. Tonight we are here for the SuperStar ARCA Cup race number 7 of season number 2 of the Race Deck Throwback 170. As we just wrapped up our LCQs and our heat races, and we're on our starting lineup for our 36 car field tonight. Tonight's 125 lap race. They're starting on the front row. We'll have Blake McClung at the 10 machine. He will have to serve a black flag. He'll have to drive through on the start. Daniel Monix will start second. Well, Donnie Kite will start second. Daniel Monix will start third, but he'll also have a drive-through. So first and third will have a drive-throughs tonight. Jared Skinner will start fourth. Jared Skinner will start fifth. Cameron Craner will start fifth. Sorry. Dustin Coggin will start sixth. Samuel Hoff will start seventh. Ruben Rodas will start eighth. 19, Nathan Johnson will start ninth. Ryan Sauer will run our top 10. Connor Smosian will start 11th. Alongside him will be the 03 of Cliff Adams. 78 of Cliff Adams. Travis Hughes will start 13th. 94. 05 of Brackmore will start 14th. 15th will be Timothy Presley. Kyle Hoetsky will start 16th. Hunter Sheen will start 17th. Jim McAxel will start 18th. 19th will be Craig Martin. 20th, 20th will be Craig Martin. 19th will be Nate Bogus. 21st will be Dan Reberak. Jacob Wilson will start 22nd. Tate LePret will start 23rd. Isaiah Watts will start 24th. 25th will be Skylar Jones. 26th will be Jake Ballmain. 27th will be the 95 of Alex McQueen. Zachary Tyler will start 28th. 29th will be Travis Sheed. Albert Lopez will round out our top 30 tonight. Our last two drivers coming for the heat race are Nathan Fryer and Thomas Fincher, 31st and 32nd. Our LCQ transfers, 33rd will be Ryan Houston. Michael James will start 34th. 35th will be John Peterson and Aaron Benson. Round out our 36 car field for tonight's 125 lap event. That's 70 miles here from Darlington Raceway. Okay, so we're going to take that hard left turn on to pit road, but keep in mind we'll have our pole sitter of Blake McClung and third place starter of Daniel Monix. They will have to come serve a drive-through down on lap number 1. So off of turn number 4, down into the ARCA race. So Donnie Kite leads to the green flag here from Darlington. We're underway for race number 7 of season 2 of the SuperStar ARCA Cup.
As Donnie Kite got a penalty as well, so the top 3 all having black flags.
Yeah, Donnie Kite he looked very nosed ahead there, entering 3 and 4. So now 40 machine Daniel Mullis he'll dive down pit road to serve his drive through lap number 1. McClellan's gonna stay out for that lap lead. I'll keep an eye on Donnie Kite. I think Donnie Kite he will have to serve his as well. See if he's arguing, because McClung never really just trying to get up to speed.
Well, it's on the green flag, so I mean, Kite goes stay out. He cannot believe lap 3. This should be the last lap. Maybe the next lap he can stay out, but no reason not to get a lap lead here.
I guess that lap lead is Donnie Kite. He'll have to come down pit road this time by, and as you saw, these drivers pitting. There's a rule tonight. You have to enter pit road on the apron in 3 and 4, so just kind of be safety. You don't want to just check up through the center of the corner. So Donnie Kite, he'll dive out on the apron, he'll pit. It's probably also the just safer option in general. It's typically what you see most drivers do in the sim. In real life, they do back it off through entering 3 a little bit, but everyone gets on the apron in 3 and 4. But everyone's single file through the field so far here to start this race. So Daniel Monix, Blake McClung, and Donnie Kite serving penalties, drive-through penalties to start this race. So that'll allow Jared Skinner to take the race lead.
And Donnie Kite has another penalty. Speeding on pit lane, I believe.
Speeding down pit road, big penalties for Donnie Kite.
It might not be cleared yet. That might be the issue, actually. Let's see here. No, it looks like it might be not being cleared yet. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it was just a drive-through. My bad. Sorry about that. So it was just a drive-through, but he's gonna go lap down as well. So
yeah, so Donnie Kite, he'll fall lap down along with Blake McClung and Daniel Monix. As those 3 will be the only drivers 1 lap down. It's actually Zachary Tyler 3 laps down started already.
side by side here for 9th. Cliff Adams got a bit loose there in 3 and 4, allowed Travis Spear to get up to a 9th place spot. Like you mentioned, I believe Craig had just got around Seymour Hoff for 2nd as well. Right now, 6 laps in this one. Pretty much the same thing we've seen in the heat races. It's going to be tough to pass, mostly single file throughout the field. But pretty clean so far. A lot cleaner than I think most typical Darlington races are. But maybe later in the race, once these tires start to wear out, I see a little bit more mistakes happen. But Darlington is known, at least in iRacing, to go green for quite a bit, usually. At some points.
That's something we'll see. Definitely when tires wear though, and these drivers start to battle a little bit, could cause some problems if they get some drivers get really tight or really loose. But it also spreads out pretty quickly as well. But everyone's staying pretty close together so far, saving their tires. But everyone's single file out, just taking their time settling in.
Right now, pretty much just single file here, and just, I think, like you mentioned, people are just settling in. You see just kind of all these different packs of cars you'll see here on the back straightaway. The first main pack right here, a little pack behind them, and a pretty big pack behind, and just kind of a little pack of cars. You've seen this kind of like in ARCA races so far, especially with the new ARCA cars. Just a bunch of different little packs of cars throughout the field. You have a big pack out front, middle pack, it's kind of smaller, and whatnot. It's just kind of typical. I think it kind of reminds me of Gen 6 racing, you know, just kind of follow the leader. I think it was a little bit more dirtier with the bigger spoilers with the new ARCA cars. And it's a lot more stable, so you don't see a lot more. Usually in the older ARCA cars, it was a little bit less unstable and you kind of move around a little bit. These ones, not so much, it seems like, these first few races that we've had in these new ARCA cars.
Yeah, so far, everyone's staying single file. No battles through the field so far. Actually, now we do have a battle side by side for 17th with Tate LePret, Nate Bogus. They're side by side as offensive number 2. They're going to single file it out, but now that's going to allow Hunter Sr. to allow the opportunity on LePret for 18th. Side by side through 3 and 4. LePret is getting to the outside wall just a little bit. As Senior's going to be able to hold the bottom side by side for that position.
Not able to clear quite yet. He's going to hold on to the top side. He stays ahead of Hunter Sr. for now. Back out front. Pretty much all single file. You got the top 6 point a little bit away from Ryan Sauer and company behind him. That car's goes in there in 6th place. And update on Daniel Molnix and Donnie Kite. They're also in this main pack, sort of. So Molnix is ahead of those lap down cars. So right now he's kind of just staying behind. I believe it would be Cliff Adams there in around 10. Up ahead, Nathan Johnson, Connor Zabrosian. Zabrosian stays ahead for now. Out the top 4 of the pole. Here comes Cameron Krager for the race lead. He looks for it off turn 2. Not able to get a good run down the back straightaway. As the tires are starting to wear so far. As here comes Craighead. Final track he clears. Jared Skinner kind of just lets him go there as Skinner moves down to 2nd. Cameron Craighead takes the lead for the first time here tonight. As I don't know if there's an issue with Jared Skinner, but he's been really slow these last few laps. And here comes the rest of the field as they're good, bunched up behind him.
Yeah, as everyone bunches up, and that's caused a huge stack up. Now I have kind of everyone side by side. Looks like we just restarted. Samuel Hoff, he's got the 46, Dustin Coggin to his inside. Is now Coggin kind of stuck on the bottom. Everyone's trying to follow through on the outside lane. Oh, gonna try and slot in front of Nathan Johnson. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. He'll be able to make it work though. A single file that got clipped pretty quickly there.
They kind of allow Cameron Craig now to have a big of a gap here in the race lead. Right now, he's doing a good job here tonight. They're about half a second over the rest of the field. 17 laps in this one. Fuel window around 35 to 40 laps, so around the halfway point in the fuel run. Right now, like I mentioned, tire wear falling off about 1 second, which is a little bit less than I expected. I thought a little bit more tire wear. Lap traffic up. Oh, there's one car stopped.
Oh, one car in the wall. Stopping the wall. Is that?
It's Aaron Benson, I believe. No caution for that one. As let's see.
There's the caution there.
Yeah, I think it's a broken wheel.
Yeah, Aaron Benson stopped at turn 4. Wonder what? Yeah, he doesn't have a meatball flag, so I think he might be broken. Yeah, that right front is broken. Let's take a look at what happened there.
Hit the wall for
it's off of turn 2. Got the wall.
Yeah, looks like that's what happened.
This looked really slow here too. Wonder. So huge hit off of turn 2.
Yeah, broke the right front right there. Tried to get down pit lane, but I mean, the right front broke. There's not much you can do, and the leaders are coming.
Right in front of the field, and he just puts it
decision.
up against the outside wall, and the
I mean,
wall just drags him to a stop, and then he just stays out of the way. At least he stayed out of the way. Everyone was able to avoid him, not collect anybody else there, but that does bring out our first caution of the night.
Yeah, there's not much you could have done there. Smart decision from our 21 machine. And the plow on the hero entry barrels is the reverse of there. And that's going to be right when the fuel is coming down pit lane, so this could be interesting. Because he can't turn right, so he can't turn left.
And so he'll be able to get it down to that little kind of island of 6 stalls there. He'll stay out the way of the field. Is everyone going to be able to? Yeah, everyone going to be able to get down pit road. So we'll see if Cameron Craig can hold the lead off of pit road. So first 20, kind of a 20 lap run there. So pretty much what we saw in the LCQ. Mostly everyone's just trying to save their tires a little bit. See Cameron Craig and everyone going to take 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. Concentrated a good stop. CC sort of first, but side by side right at the line. It's Cameron Craig able to get Jared Skinner there barely. Good run there.
They're going green this time. Craighead gonna choose the bottom. Also, that allows Daniel Monix to get back to the lead lap. Yes, it does. And Donnie Kite and Blake McClung did pit there, so they're gonna not get the wave around. So they gotta try to get new tires and hope for a quick yellow here. Maybe get the lucky dog. As pace truck is off. Have to go back green here on lap 21.
Cameron Craig and Jared Skinner on the front row. Back, green flag back in the air, back underway. Great jump. He's going to actually get clear of Skinner. That's allow Hoff to the inside, side by side for seconds. Skinner clears up for third. He's going to quickly just slot back in line. Hoff slots back in line, sorry. As everyone's just trying to get back in line as quick as possible. A little bit of checker with the Rotus, the 78 machine, Dustin Coggin and Nathan Johnson. Well, Cliff Adams and Nathan Johnson, Dustin Coggin. Going to single files out pretty quickly, but now Jared's going to actually a good run through 3 and 4. Go side by side for the lead down the front straightaway entering turn number 1. Down the back straightaway entering turn number 3. And we're going to try and settle back in line here after the calamity on the restart. Is Hoff actually going to a little tight off of 4, so now Samosi back to the bottom, side by side.
Oh, Craig on the wall off of turn 2. Skinner gonna clear. Here comes Hoff and the rest of the gang as they're side by side, 3 wide here. Darlington behind him. Oh, as there goes Travis Beaver spinning in the apron. Gonna come to the racetrack.
Come all the way back into the racetrack. Watch out! Oh, when he gets hit, and that's gonna bring out a second caution. The night. More cars involved. That's a 98 there. Houston, I believe. Yeah, Houston involved. Unfortunately, he had a great drive to the LCQ.
Brock Morris involved as well. Blake McClung involved. And a few others. I think Daniel Molex might be involved as well. All started right around Travis Beaver. Everyone just kind of plowed into it. Going so quickly, not able to hit the brakes. Kind of starts all the way out off of turn 2 here. The guys in front kind of get the wall, get a bit loose. Dustin Cotton gets a bit loose to go 3 wide for a second. Then they back out, make some contact, and Beaver gets spun around. Kind of just a racing deal there. Try to lock it down, just not able to. They just got to get plowed in through the rear end, and everyone trying to check up and
yeah, I think
effect.
Yeah, they had a separate incident there into 3. I think there's just kind of calls from checks up. There's a 33 around there as well. So I mean, not sure what happened there.
I think that's just a cautions, bringing cautions type of situation. You'll know they can't really pass too much here at Darlington, so the research are their best opportunity when they're all grouped up together. Trying to just make something out of nothing pretty much. At Darlington, 3 wide, entering 3. Not the best place to be.
Yeah, that's going to quickly cause problems, and it did, and Beaver got spun down to the bottom, and that unfortunately just slid back up into traffic.
So most of the field's staying out since they just pitted. 6 laps to go. Going green this time by.
So Jared Skinner able to take the lead off that last restart. Hoff was able to get to second before Craighead. So Craighead falls back to third. But Jared Skinner will be the control car. He'll actually elect to take the high lane here. Take the outside lane.
Don't believe we've seen anyone, obviously in the heat races you're not allowed to, I believe, choose your lane, but we haven't seen one so far tonight. 2 opportunities to choose the top side, but no one's done it so far.
So see how Skinner can fire off on this outside lane. Skinner on the outside, Hoff on the bottom, side by side. Green flag back in the air. And a good restart for Jared Skinner as Hoff can be able to be cleared in front of Sabosian. He's going to slot back right behind Jared Skinner there in 1 and 2.
Top 6 pretty much in the follow throughout those drivers as side by side here. Isaiah Walters, Karolinski side by side off of turn 2. Make it cleanly down the back for now. Ooh, almost some contact from him and Jimmy Geikis on the entry to turn number 3. As we're clear through lap 1 on this restart.
Skinner looks to the inside for third on Connor Sabosian. Had the nose there through the center.
Quicker on the outside wall doesn't affect him too much. Loses a little bit of time to the top 3 though. Top 8 pretty much a little bit of a gap over Cliff Adams there, or top 7, excuse me. Cliff Adams is 8th. And they have a half-second gap over the rest of the field. We'll see if they can pull away, or will Cliff Adams and some of his drivers and not catch back up. Some updates for some drivers. Blake McClellan 2 laps down, or pole sitter pretty much hasn't even had a chance to recover as he got involved in that last wreck. Ryan Houtzen 1 lap down, Dylan Molnix in 23rd. Ryan Kite 19th after his restart penalty, or initial start penalty, before we even took the green pretty much. As still most of single file throughout the field. As we're working up to lap 35, they've been on these tires and this fuel for around 15 laps in total. A few caution laps in between there, but it's around 10 or 9 laps green so far in these tires. So I expect the pit stops to be around 30 laps or so around lap 65, give or take. As these drivers, you can see, ooh, one car on the outside wall. I believe that was Isaiah Walters, maybe. 16 machine, yes, it was. I believe he's in the Dale Jr. Oh, there's contact up ahead. Justin Coggins losing it there, but he saves it through 3 and 4. Ruben Rodas loses a few positions. Rodas goes down to 9th place as here comes Cliff Adams, and Isaiah Walters going to try to take advantage of that one. So now that separates the rest of the top 5 now, pull away from the rest of these guys. Ooh, Coggins. There's a wall contact behind Karolinski.
Right there. Karolinski is around. Oh, big hit to the inside wall.
Jimmy Geikis.
For Jimmy Geikis as well.
Karolinski.
They met off of turn 2.
I don't believe Karolinski got too badly damaged there compared to Jimmy Geikis. Might be a lucky break for Karolinski, just how the angles work there. This is behind Ruben Rodas, Ryan Sauer right there. This looks like Karolinski just squeezing the outside wall there. Right there. Yeah, Karolinski definitely got some damage, but not as bad as Jimmy Geikis.
Yeah, Jimmy Geckis, he's definitely going to be done for the night. Brock Morris as well. He's also out of race. I think he was out from last incidents.
But will these drivers come up pit lane here? Could be an interesting strategy call.
And they will. So Jared Skinner down pit road.
Cameron Craig is staying out.
We'll see if Jared Skinner can get off pit road first, and no, he won't. Be Ryan Sauer off pit road first. Was only back in 10th. Maybe a two-tire call there, maybe. Keep an eye. We'll get a word on that in just a second. It's Ryan Sauer. Yeah, Ryan Sauer, a two-tire call there. That'll put him out in front. Actually, two drivers staying out. Cameron Craighead and Hunter Sr. staying out. So Cameron Craighead was already running up in that top 5. So Cameron Craighead and Hunter Sr. will be on the front row here on this restart. Ryan Sauer will start third on 2 tires, and Jared Skinner on back will be everyone on 4 fresh tires. So Cameron Craighead, we'll see what he can do. He's a little bit older tires. We'll see how well they can hold Hunter Sr. and we'll see how well Ryan Sauer can hold on the front, as on the 2 tires as well. The green flag back in the air here from Darlington. Craighead clear for the lead. Sauer clears for second. They're side by side for third between Ryan Sauer and Jared Skinner. So Sauer on the 2 tires trying to hold the bottom, but Skinner had the launch of the outside lane with Cameron Craighead. They stay side by side for third for now. Samuel Hoff trying to find his way through right behind him.
Some contact there around the mid-pack, around Nathan Johnson, I believe, and Nate Bogus. There's Donnie Kite started in 2nd place, had the penalty early on. This one up to 11th, almost up to 10th maybe here. So it was a long way to go, and he's made some great recovery so far in that 2 machine.
Side by side for the lead now between Hunter Sr. and Cameron Craighead. Craighead had Seniors inside there through 3 and 4. Now Jared Skinner on the 4 fresh tires. Going to try and chase these 2 down. They take his time though. He's already got the advantage, so doesn't need to rush himself. But side by side for Ryan Sauer and Samuel Hoff now. So Sauer on 2 tires. That's trying to hold off the guys on 4. Hoff will be able to slide by him through 1 and 2 there. Supposing down to the bottom, side by side with Ryan Sauer. Backed out of it going to the 1 though. Single file up through the front right now, but Senior and Craighead are holding pretty strong up there on the older tires. Sauer actually the one kind of struggling on 2 tires. He's gonna get cleared by Sabosi now, but Skinner now trying to look to the inside of Senior there now. His Hoff's all over the back bumper of Skinner now. Just kind of force his hand and try and push his tires a little bit more.
They're in out track position. I think so far tonight we've seen has been very important. And Hunter Senior, Cameron Craig kind of showing it off right now. They're about 20 lap older tires and these guys behind, and they're not really able to get around too easily. Even with how high tire wear track Darlington is, these older tires have seen pretty good so far since the green flag has dropped.
They've been calm since this restart, as Craighead and Senior holding really well on these older tires so far. Not sure how much of a difference they have. I think these drivers on the newer tires are trying to take their time here. Don't want to rush it. Don't want to over push. Trying to get by these guys on older tires. You know, in a few laps they'll start to fall off more. You'll get that kind of to that crossover point, and you'll start to get there. But a Senior into the wall in the middle of 1 and 2.
Oh, they're both the wall to exit turn 2. Doesn't seem to affect them too much.
Able to hold on to it, but Senior, Skinner, trying to hold on.
Behind them, Ryan Sauer, Walters, and Nathan Johnson battling out here for 7.
Side by side between Samuel Hoff and Hunter Senior. Skinner was able to get by.
50 laps in this one. Cameron Craig last pit on lap 20. We've had a few cautions since then, but he's holding on so far in ththese older tires compared to the rest of the field. But Hunter Senior kind of falling off a cliff. I think these tires kind of in their new life cycle right now. So here comes Jared's going to the race lead. He's a clear on the turn 1.
Yeah, so Hunter Senior falling back now as Cameron Craighead starting to fall back as well. So I think the older tires
definitely starting to kick in.
Starting to fall off.
Craighead slow in the middle of the corner. It's Galal Hoff now. What's in the inside? Lap traffic up ahead as well. Could play a factor. And allowing Jared Screen maybe not to pull away too much, as it looks like lap traffic is going to let these drivers by. Craighead's fighting tough on the outside. He's going to hold up Samuel Hoff. He's going to clip the outside wall. Very tight for Cameron Craighead. I think he's been a little bit too aggressive here with these older tires.
Yeah, he's trying to fight too hard now, as now he's going to be stuck in the dirty air, so it's going to be even harder to handle now. He had the clean air out front, and now he's going to start to fall like a rock. So these drivers took to maybe they also stay out, so they'll probably want to pit a little bit earlier compared to the rest of the field. But Samuel Hoff holds second. But Jared Skinner able to pull away from Samuel Hoff and Connor Trosian, with them having to get by Cameron Craighead. Isaiah Watchers trying to look to the inside of Hunter. Senior is going to get contact. Senior's going to around. He's going to save it. No, he's going to go back up the track. And then Nathan Johnson, they're going to both keep it straight. That's going to stay. We're going to stay green. But Nathan Johnson, heavy front end damage. No front bumper. And Hunter Senior, I think his tire may be broken. Hunter Johnson, meanwhile, flag actually. Hunter Senior as well. So both those drivers, big incident through 3 and 4. There's the replay. As they both came together.
As Nathan Johnson blown up. As back out front, Jared Skinner won in first, Samuel Hoff second, Connor Trosian third. It really separates this pack, and also separates just a lot of drivers in general, just trying to avoid that wreck that happened there, with no caution coming out for that one. One driver not pit lane, that's Cameron Craighead. This here comes Connor Trosian on the inside of Samuel Hoff. Trosian is now going to try to chase down Jared Skinner up ahead. We got a big pack of cars here. 6 on back, led by Isaiah Waltrus there. Ryan Sauer in 6, Justin Coggins 7. Coming up the halfway point in this one here shortly. A lot of action has happened so far, as here comes Ryan Sauer on the outside wall as Coggin makes contact off for turn 2. Sauer keeps it straight so far as no cautions out once again.
And that 2-tire called there, just the kind of the old tires. We've seen it with Senior and seen it with Craighead, as they've all made big mistakes. And just kind of pushing on the old tires. Cameron Craighead I think he actually came down pit road. So Cameron Craighead comes down pit road pretty early. So he only went 17 laps on that set of tires after the pit stop. But Alex McQueen actually spinning down the back straightaway. Alex McQueen, as he was just in front of Cameron Craighead, spins down the back straightaway. He keeps it off to the apron. It's gonna be no caution.
But he's pulling up on the racetrack. That might be yellow. No, it is
He's
not.
gonna keep it off the racing surface. He did spin back up the racetrack initially. I thought that could have been a caution, but he's gonna get back going, get back rolling. No damage. He didn't hit anything. Just the spin off of turn number 2.
Spun him. Looks like or got into him there.
A little bit of contact.
A little
bit of contact with Craighead, I think.
Jared's gonna have to go through some lap traffic as well. So a big block there. I don't know if he meant to do that, as that was Herlinski maybe trying to pit or something, get out Skinner's way. As I don't think he meant to block him that much, but I'm not sure. But that allows Zabozin to catch back up big time now on Jared Skinner.
Yeah, now Zabozin closes that gap, as now Hoff's going to try and close the gap as well. He actually lost a lot of time. He's a little bit farther back from our front too, but Zabozin trying to hunt down Jared Skinner. These guys pitted, they last pitted on lap 38 under the caution, so they can go about another 20 laps or so here in this tank of fuel. So they'll take them. Actually, they're still gonna have to make another stop. So maybe that's just wonder how that call's gonna work out for Cameron Craighead, because he's also gonna have to make another stop. He might actually have to make another stop he'll have to make another stop for sure. He's already took one stop. Last pit on lap 50. He pitted on lap 57, so he can go to lap 97. So This could work out for Cameron Craighead. We'll see, depending on how the old tires work out. Could see two different strategies here because he'll pit a little bit earlier after getting a track position early.
Yeah, the drivers that pit last caution can go around another 15 laps or so. So I think they can probably stretch it out quite a bit. Samuel Hopkins passed by Cliff Adams. Cliff Adams up the top third position, up to third. So we're past halfway in this one, so everyone's probably got to pit at least one more time. So this is a one more stop race for most drivers.
Yeah, so
two stop race, excuse me.
Yeah, 2 stops. So Cameron Craighead, he only needs one more stop. He can go at about lap 97. We'll see where he cycles out compared to everyone when these guys pit. But he's got to hope we don't get a caution until then. We've already seen some close calls already. But Connor Bosie closing the gap down. He's right on the back one for Jared Skinner. Trying to shape him up for the race lead here a little bit before pit stops.
As a lot of instances happened so far, kind of spread the field out quite a bit. You saw Justin Coggin, Ryan Sauer, and then Jared Skinner, Kyle Linsky kind of get into it, and also Alex McQueen and Cameron Craighead, and also as well as Nathan Johnson and Hunter Sr. So none of those have been cautioned so far. So I think I listed 4 separate incidents that we've seen of drivers almost spinning or spinning out. No caution yet so far. With 59 laps to go. This is still anyone's race, I think. I mean, you got Jared Skinner and Connor Bosie probably the favorite, but you can't count Cameron Craighead. He's been good all night long in those heat races and also in the main event.
See what they can do, but this time by will be maybe about 10 more laps so they have to pit. Connor Bosie in a little bit of lap traffic, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time to Jared Skinner. But now Jared Skinner actually catching Daniel Malnick's about to put him a lap down. As interesting, also for Donnie Kite, he started second, got the get the start penalty on the initial start. He's actually up to 8, so he's started pretty well, about 7 seconds out of the race lead. So he's worked his way up really well from that penalty. Daniel Malnick, however, just went a lap down, and Cameron Craighead. He just says he's on a separate strategy, so he is back on the lead lap. We'll see where he cycles at about 10 laps as honestly, when everyone else will come down pit road.
This strategy might be the most even, splitting it up into half and half as much as you can. 2 other drivers come down pit lane, Justin Coggin. They can go around 40 laps on fuel, 35 to 40, so Cameron Craighead can go another 30 laps or so. Hit around lap 26, and that's pretty much half and half. Everyone else got to stretch out a little bit longer. Maybe these drivers might want to pit a little sooner as well. Also, like we mentioned, pit road we've seen so far tonight, very, very tough to get onto.
Yeah, for sure. We already have seen a few come down pit road already. But so far as Skyler Jones, Albert Lopez, Carl Linsky, get another one. Nate Bogg is coming down pit road as well. So you do have a few drivers coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the time to pit. I mean, I know these drivers out front probably don't want to pit side by side for the race lead. Connor Bosie and Jared Skinner. Bosie sends into turn 1. Skinner lets him have it, and new race leader Connor Bosie out in front.
So far, this run about 35 laps into it now, so we have to start to see pit stops here soon. Now Cameron Craighead, he will cycle to the lead, no doubt, once everyone pits, but he can go about 20 laps longer to hit around lap 97. As Ryan Sauer down pit road as well. So we'll see how this shapes up, because these drivers are going to have to pit here about lap 78. they can only go about 40 laps, so they have to go. They go to about 10 to go. So we'll see if they stretch it, if they split that in half in 2020, and then maybe that might give Craighead an advantage, because then he'll be pitting with everybody else. So if he can just hold off enough until everyone else starts to come back down pit road, this could work out for him, but we'll have to see if it works. Michael James coming out pit road as well. But Daniel Malonick, Samuel Hoff down pit road. That was a driver running up front in that top 5. That's going to be a big one. So we'll see Daniel Malonick, who was down pit road. He was a lap down when he pitted. We'll have to keep an eye on some of these drivers. Cameron Craighead is scored 1 lap down on our ticker. So he didn't actually fall a lap back. He was on the lead lap not too long ago. So I think his tires really starting to fall off now.
Yeah, right now he is still 1 lap down. He was never, he was on the lap, but he's the first driver on the lap, or on the lap down right now. He's about 7 seconds in front, 8 seconds now of Samuel Hoff, who just came down pit lane. Bueller's coming down pit lane. Isaiah Walsh is one of those drivers. And I think the biggest worry for these drivers in the top 5 right now is if a caution comes out. That's like the biggest worry for some of these drivers out front. That's why they probably haven't pitted earlier. Just kind of hoping for a caution, maybe chop a lot of these drivers a lap down. It'd definitely be a great spot if that did happen. There goes Jared Skinner down pit lane. He was in second, now he's down into his box. No speed penalties I've seen so far, any issues on the pit lane that I've seen. Bosen's still staying out an extra few laps, trying to go as long as he can.
So Jared Skinner down pit road. Ruben Rodas, so Connor Sabosian still staying out front so far. Don't expect him to stay out too much longer. It's Cameron Craighead. He will still not cycle back on the lead, but here comes Connor Sabosian. We'll see how he cycles compared to Jared Skinner. Jared Skinner coming off pit road, getting back up to speed.
So we'll see where these drivers cycle out. Donnie Kite, Jacob Wilson yet to pit so far. Same with John Peterson. Top 3 have yet to pit. Donnie Kite coming in this time. Same with Jacob Wilson. And will John Peterson come down pit lane? It looks like he will. So everyone's pitting this lap. So everyone has pitted so far. Cameron Craig across the line now. He's going to get ahead of Connor Sabosian. Sabosian just exiting his box right now.
Jared Skinner crossing the line now, so he's going to get close to Sabosian. We'll see. Sabosian's going to be getting up to speed. As he's actually, Dusty Hagen actually jumped in front of Jared Skinner. That's because there's Connor Sabosian. Connor Sabosian able to jump stay in front of Jared Skinner.
Skinner has some traffic ahead. Coggin has about 10 lap older tires than Jared Skinner. When we see those older tires, it takes a little bit for them to wear out compared to the newer tires. But we saw Hunter Sr. Cameron Craig be able to stay ahead for quite a bit of time. As Craig now cycles his way to the lead with 45 to go. It's 24 lap old tires. So if he can pit with around 25 to go, I think that would be a really good strategy call from him. If he can stretch that far, it's going to be pretty tough. I think he can only go around 15 to 16 more laps in this set of tires and fuel. Jared Skinner did get around Justin Coggin there. As the pit cycles have, as the pit cycle has cycled through. Nate Bogus down pit lane once again. Not sure if he had a penalty or whatnot. But pitting pretty early here. He was on these. He was only on those tires for 10 laps.
Yeah, so I think he's just trying to pit as early as he can, but still 43 to go, just outside the window. Especially since the track we've gotten more deeper into the night, and the track's definitely got faster and burning a little bit more fuel. But Cameron Craighead, he's got Alex McQueen to battle to get by. The gap's down to 3.8. Supposedly it's closing that gap quickly, so we'll see if Craighead, how long he can hold on for.
Carnival in front of him.
These drivers, as Connor Swosey and Jared Skinner, they'll have to go. They can go to about 10 to go. So we'll see how long Craighead will stay out for. Maybe could try and go and pit maybe with 30 to go. Try and hold on, and maybe just pit as soon as he gets past. So 35 would probably be a safe bet for the window. But we'll see this battle start to shape up.
Dude, Cameron Craighead a bit loose there. As the Bosun's really catching now. I don't think Cameron Craighead's strategy is sustainable here to maybe take the race to win. As one car very slow, hard on the outside wall, still on the outside wall. I think that would be Ryan Houghton in that 98.
Yeah, Ryan Houston into the wall. I think he might be broken there.
He puts himself in the wall.
He is not, but he's just staying up there. Yeah, you got pretty bad wheel damage from that hit, but Cameron Craighead, he's still got Alex McQueen alongside him, but here comes Connor Sabosian closing that gap. So Craighead, I think, just burned up his tires a little bit too much getting through the traffic. We'll see how well he can hold on, but Sabosian down to the bottom, be side by side for the lead. He's gonna think better. He's gonna take his time here. He's got a gap to Skinner. Oh, but contact! Sabosian goes way down the racetrack, all the way down to the inside wall. As they make contact with two, so just misjudged the speed off an exit from Craighead. St. Paul gets down pit road again.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's up with that. I mean,
it's side by side though for the lead. Sabosian with a good run off of 4. He's gonna be able to clear the fresher tires. But now the pit window is open for Cameron Craighead. We'll see how early he comes down pit road. He'll start to fall back through the field.
I'm not really sure why Nate Bogus keeps coming down pit lane every few laps. I mean, he doesn't have a penalty at all. I'm not sure if he's having technical issues or something's going on. They do Craighead on the outside wall. Running the outside wall in 3 and 4. It's got Jared Skinner to clear, maybe off 4, not quite just yet. As when will Craighead come down pit lane? I think he probably wants to.
You don't want to lose too much time, but I mean, it could still. I think it still works out for a top 5. It's a pretty big gap back to 6th. So I mean, about 3 more seconds. So I think he can still hold on to about 6th with this strategy, as the tires will start to even out. But while this kind of starts to even out and everyone starts to spread out, we'll start to see these strategies start to kind of even out a little bit. We'll see who comes down pit road soon. We're gonna take this moment. We're gonna do a little bit of Ellery. Crank it up here from Darlington. Welcome back from our Crank It Up segment there as Connor Sebosian, he still leads by a half a second as you had Travis Bieber, a lap machine unlapping himself, as we did see during that Crank It Up. As soon as we started it, Cameron Craighead came down pit road. He's sitting 16th. He's about half a second faster per lap over Connor Sebosian, but he doesn't want to burn up his tires too much. He's have to hold on for a while. I don't know if it'll work out for the race win, but we'll see. But 30 to go. These drivers can only go about maybe 20 more laps. We'll see some pit strategies. We'll see if they split this kind of run in half as well. We could see some runs there, but there's going to be some interesting strategy calls coming down to the final home stretch of this race.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the name of the game strategy. And maybe some drivers take 2 tires as well. Someone just kind of a little outside the top 5, maybe a Donnie Kite, Ruben Rodas, Jacob Wilson. Some of those drivers may take 2 tires just to, you know, do something different than the race leaders. I think in the top 5, you just probably want to take 4 tires, take it safe. And also, we never know. There could be late race cautions, which could change and will change a lot.
Yeah, it could really help or hurt Cameron Craighead, because now he's hoping they stay green. He's got to hope. Oh, but Jared Skinner runs to the back of the 8th scene there. Travis Sheet off of turn 2. And a big, that's going to be heavy damage to the front nose. That's unfortunate there. Like, oh, they just misjudged the run off the corner. That's what allowed Cliff Adams to take second. Is what happened there off of turn 2.
Quick look at that one. Looks like she just got tight, hit the outside wall, and Skinner just didn't expect him to be that slow.
Yeah, just misjudged that run off the corner and got on the wall for Sheed, and that's going to give big damage to Jared Skinner. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much. That did cost him a lot of time if he was not too far back from Connor Sebosian, and that may have given him engine damage, or maybe some radiator damage as well. That could start overheating his engine pretty quickly. We'll have to see where Jared Skinner can hold on, but Cliff Adams able to promote up to second. He's a second and a half back from Connor Sebosian. Sebosian able to get by a few lap cars there as well as Dick LaPrette comes down pit road. Jared Skinner, he'll come down pit road now though. So interesting call there. Now we want to see, what I want to see, where does he cycle out compared to Cameron Craighead? With the damage, with the fresh tires, we'll see how much Cameron Craighead did gain. As Cameron Craighead still about half a second faster than a race leader, Connor Sebosian. Jared Skinner into his stall. Gonna take 4 tires. I wonder if we'll see a 2-tire call here from any of these front runners.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to risk a top 5 running spot. Like I mentioned, I think it would be one of those drivers maybe a little further back. But we'll see. I mean, you never really know. Strategy wall.
Jared Skinner sitting in pit road. I wonder if he had... Still sitting in pit road. I wonder if he had
20 seconds? No, I mean, no. The penalty was only... I don't believe he had a penalty, but he was just in pit lane for 20 seconds.
Maybe fixing a little bit of that damage.
I don't know why you do that at this point in the race. I mean,
Cameron Craighead holding on 10th, but now he's going to be in front of Jared Skinner by a pretty big margin. But Jared Skinner will have the fresh tires, but I think it's just going to be too much as Skinner had a really slow stop. But Sebosian holds about a second and a half, so Cliff Adams really the only driver up front that has yet to pit. And with Connor Sebosian, Donnie Kite, Samuel Hoff, Ruben Rodas, they have yet to pit as well, but they were running around just outside the top 5, so we'll see if any of those drivers try and maybe a 2-tire call as we're starting to see the second round of pit stops happening. Everyone's splitting that second run into splitting that second run in half.
Yes, Hoff down pit lane. Ryan Sauer down pit lane, Ryan Houtzen down pit lane. So 20 laps to go. Cameron Craig right now sitting in 8th place, 1 lap down. He pitted around 14 laps to go, so by the end of this one, he's got about 35 lap-old tires. We'll see when Connor Sebastian comes out pit lane, but he's looking really good, especially with Jared Skinner having a bad pit road entry and, well, not pit road entry, but just the contact with the lap car there, and also just having a bad pit road stop.
Yeah, so Cliff Adams falling off the bumper of Connor Sebastian. He's about 2 seconds back now, so Sebastian able to put that gap there. We'll see how well he can hold off, as right now Craig hit about a 10th faster than Sebastian. He needs every bit he can get here. As 18 to go. Don't know if this will work out for Craighead, but it still can work out for a top 5. We're just kind of waiting to when Connor Sebastian will come down pit road. As Ruben Rodas is down pit road, Donnie Kite staying out, so maybe we could see Donnie Kite he could try and stay as long as possible, maybe trying for a caution. He could see one of those guys trying that. We only have we're down to 3 cars in the lead lap as everyone is taking their second pit stop. As Ruben Rodas taking 2 tires there. So interesting call. So we'll see what Ruben Rodas will he recycle out. Is he going to be in front of Cameron Craighead?
As well took 2 tires. And he's only a second behind Cameron Craighead.
So Cameron Craighead, we'll see what he can do. Samuel Hoff is much faster, so don't know if it'll work out for Cameron Craighead, but Samuel Hoff, 2-tire call. He's a few seconds back from Connor Sebastian. We'll see what he can do. The 2 tires working out pretty well. He's got good pace so far, but he's going to have to get by Cameron Craighead. Cameron Craighead will have to put a lot of fight up. He wants to try and still win this race. But 15 to go for our race leader of Connor Sebastian. He can't go much longer. I think he's going to go as long as possible. I wonder if he'll try a 2-tire call here as well. Maybe he's could also see maybe a fuel-only strategy. Don't really think we might see that. You could just be trying to wait it out for a caution, maybe.
It definitely could be a strategy there, but I mean, I don't know why you want to wait so long as a race leader to go down pit lane, but I mean, you never know what could happen. Caution could come out late, but I don't know if we really want to risk that though.
You'll see right now Samuel Hoff is entering turn 3, Connor Sebastian in the middle 1 and 2, so it's gonna be roughly there. I think still Connor Sebastian, I think he will still come out as the race leader at this moment if he takes 2 tires. If he takes 4, I think he'll be right there still. But it can't be much longer. 12 to go. Sebastian, how long can he stretch it? He's still staying out of the racetrack. Samuel Hoff is able to get by Cameron Craighead as well. So Samuel Hoff, it's going to be between Samuel Hoff and Connor Sebastian for this race win. As Sebastian still staying out of the racetrack. This time by, he'll be coming to 10 laps to go. He's going to be running on fumes at this point. Less than 5 laps for sure on fuel. How much longer can Sebastian go? And where will he cycle out? Melnick's down pit road.
Is Cameron Craig got a penalty? I'm not sure what for. could be an X penalty to the instant points. But he does have a black flag. And same with Skyler Jones. He just got a black flag as well.
I wonder if that...
Not sure.
That happened there, but Connor Rosian down pit road. Let's see if will he take 2 tires? This could be the call now. If he takes 2 tires, I think he can still win this race. But if he takes 4, I think he still might come out as the lead. But Samuel Hoff now passing him now. Samuel Hoff back on the lead lap. Cliff Adams and Donnie Kite staying on the lead lap. Staying out there. We'll see if they try and hope for a caution. Maybe one of them, if they can stretch it on fuel. It's Connor Rosian, 2-tire call. I think he's going to come out pretty comfortable lead. There's the pit exit line. Samuel Hoff crossing the start-finish line now. Entering turn number 1. Suppose he's going to be getting up to speed. He will have the fresher 2 tires. We'll see if Hoff can get in front. It's going to be close. Is Samuel Hoff not going to be able to get there? So Connor Rosian holds out for the lead. He just has 7 laps to go. This time by a little bit more, actually. He will have to get his lap back, but Donnie Kite staying on the racetrack. Jacob Wilson down pit road as he actually back in lead lap, actually. Staying there in 3rd. Cliff Adams down pit road. I think Jacob Wilson, don't know if he pitted yet. So no, Jacob Wilson last pit on lap 81, so he will not be able to make it. But he will cycle back on lead lap for now. But Donnie Kite still staying out of the racetrack. Wonder what... Donnie Kite last pit on lap 81, so he's right around Jacob Wilson. So... Donnie Kite, though, last pitted on lap 181. It's close. Oh, there it is. And now he's down pit road. I wonder if he could have saved maybe 5 more laps of fuel, but now he's down pit road. But no doubt, Connor Rosian, he will take the race lead. He'll cycle back out to the race lead. Jacob Wilson still staying out. Jacob Wilson also stayed out on pitting on lap 81. But the problem is for him, he was a lap down. He's got Connor Rosian 3 seconds behind him. We'll see if Wilson can hold on and make it to the end on fuel. It would be a top 5 strategy, but it's definitely not going to be the winning strategy because there's a rocketing Connor Rosian right behind him with 5 to go. I think he is trying to save a little bit of fuel.
It's Donnie Kite fuel only, actually. Not for him.
So they got out pit road now.
Wilson might be trying to make it to the end.
I think he might be able to make it. I mean, it's definitely going to be a top 5 strategy call. I mean, he was running 1 lap down, and this is going to be a perfect strategy call for Jacob Wilson. Oh, but a little contact in the wall for Jacob Wilson. He's going to fall back to 2nd. We'll see where's Samuel Hoff, if he can catch him. I think Isaiah Watchers will be the next one to cycle in front of him. Actually, no, it'll be Donnie Kite, but Donnie Kite on fuel only. So I think this could work out for Jacob Wilson, though. If he can save enough fuel, he's come to 3 laps to go. But Connor Rosian holds the lead. He's now going to pull away. As he just hopes to make it back to the white flag at this point. Jacob Wilson hoping for a caution and put him in this race. For the win, but Jacob Wilson still holding on the 2nd. I think this might be a really good call for that 51 machine. I think he might be able to actually hold on to 2nd here, maybe.
About 3 miles to go, give or take, if he can hang on.
But Connor Rosian, 1 lap to go here from Darlington. It was a long green flag run to the finish. With green on lap number 40. A 85 lap green flag run, two tire call late, but he was able to get in front of Jared Skinner before the end of that first pit stop, and he never looked back. Off of turn number 4, Connor Simosian off of 4. He's gonna win here at Darlington, and he wins the race deck throwback 170 in a great strategy call for Jacob Wilson. He holds on the second after saving enough fuel. A great recovery for that 51 machine is there as well. Samuel Hall rounds in our top 3. But Connor Josian, our race winner here from Darlington, that 75 McQuaid machine. Juicy Spider racing on the hood. A great drive for Connor Josian, able to pick up another win this season. It's our defending champion as well.
It's actually his first win of the season here at Darlington. His 4th top 5.
This is going to be a great night for Connor Josian points-wise because Alex Anderson not making the field tonight. They're knocked out in the LCQ. They will, I believe they will have a drop, so that will be as well, and we'll get to that chase as well. But Connor Simosian celebrating here from Darlington. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our top 3 interviews here from Darlington.
At NJBDesigns.com, we specialize in transforming your vehicle into a work of art by revolutionizing the way you see your car with the hottest trends in sim racing. Choose from a wide range of colors, textures, finishes to promote your business and sponsors in style. Whether you're looking to add a sleek matte finish, a flashy chrome accent, or a custom design that turns heads, our designers have you covered. If you want to stand out in the crowd, visit njbdesigns.com today and let our team of professionals transform your vision into reality.
Welcome back here to Darlington Raceway here at Darlington, South Carolina. As we just wrapped up the race deck throwback 170 here for the SuperStar ARCA Cup. As we saw Connor Josian able to pick up the win. Before we get to our top 3 interviews, let's take a quick look at our results for tonight's 125 lap race. As Connor Josian able to pick up the race win after a long green flag run. Jacob Wilson able to pick up second. Samuel Hall third. Donnie Kite rounds out fourth. Isaiah Waltress rounds out the top 5. Cliff Adams able to hold on to 6th, Dustin Cock in 7th, Ruben Otis 8th, Jared Skinner runs out 9th after a late incident there. Right at the top 10 though, Michael James. Finishing 11th tonight is the 43 of John Peterson. Tate LaPrette finishing 12th, Skylar Jones 13th, Ryan Sauer 14th, 15th, Daniel Malnick, 16th, Alex McQueen, 17th, Travis Sheed, 18th, Ryan Houston, Albert Lopez 19th, and Ken Verheck at 20th. 21st, Jake Ballmain, Kyle Hodsky 22nd, Nate Bogus 23rd, Travis Huger 24th, Thomas Spencer 25th, Dan Rivera 26th, Blake LeClung 27th, Nathan Johnson 28th, Hunter Senior 29th, and Timothy Presley rounds at the top 30. 31st, Jimmy Geikis 32nd, Craig Martin, Brock Morris rounds at 33rd, Nathan Fryer 34th, Aaron Benson 35th, and running our 36 car field tonight was Zachary Tyler. But all out front tonight, it was the 45 machine of Connor Sabosian, able to play the perfect strategy and get in front of Jared Skinner late in that first run. How were you able to save your tires and able to get that move done? That allowed you to just set sail out front.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really think I would be able to make this race. I was cutting it pretty close on time. I went and tested down in Flat Rock with the real car today, so yeah, I got back to my house at probably about 7:10, and I had this update on iRacing that would not update. So about 7:40-ish, I finally got to run some practice laps for the first time in this new car, honestly, on this track. It was fun. I mean, I couldn't really qualify, and I wasn't great in the heat races. I had my struggles, but come race time, I don't know if I had some issues with my wheel, and I made some changes to it, and it just came around to me. The track conditions were great for me, and I was just able to save tires really well on this track state and whatever I did. So that, I mean, I knew that pretty early on. We were all throwing around tire wear in the team chat, so I knew that I had a little tire advantage over the rest of the guys on my team who were all up there battling with me to begin with. So yeah, it all played out right. I pushed there towards the end because I knew I could catch them on that long run, and I mean, I'm glad it went green. It put on a heck of a fun race. But yeah, I think it was definitely tire saving in the long run.
Yeah, and you also had to get on pit road twice in that long run as well. Just how tough was it able to get on pit road tonight? And that was definitely a big strategy there for you, as you also took 2 tires right at the end. But just how tough was it to get on pit road, and you were able to gain a lot of time there too?
Yeah, I'm glad I practiced that, because the first time I practiced it, I missed the pit road entry and got the wall. So yeah, it was, I mean, it probably 2-3 practices and I had it down. But it's still sketchy under braking while turning into the pit road. But yeah, it's just part of the game. It's fun to get these green flag pit stops and let them go along, because that's kind of where I excel, is tire saving, and it just, yeah, most of the time it works out for me in that case.
Yeah, and you're able to get a very good win tonight. But before you send it off on your way, Andy, just want to thank for tonight's race win.
Yeah, I got to thank my parents for watching on the stream, and everyone else that's watching on there. You guys for doing the broadcast. The whole admin team for putting this on every week. It's a hassle, so it's a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. I got to thank Moran Chevrolet, McQuaid Heating and Cooling, PPG, Painter Supply and Equipment, Dynamite Machining, The Pleasure Zone, Michigan Independent Door Company. I think I got them all. Juicy Spider Racing. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, well, once again, congrats on your race win. We'll see you next week at Bristol.
Thank you.
So that was our race winner of Connor Sabosian. We'll bring in our second place finisher of Jacob Wilson. He was a lap down during most of that run, but he was able to save enough fuel to steal a second place away. How are you able to get that done and save enough fuel there?
From the start of the race, I was kind of going to go for a 2-stop strategy and see if it would work, if it stayed green. So we were already kind of in that fuel save mode for most of the race. Because I was just naturally saving a lap or two, but then, I did a little more clutch and coasting there towards the end. But we tried to pull off the 2008 Danica Patrick fuel save win at Twin Ring Rotegi, but we came up one position short. but it was overall a good race. First podium of the season in SAC, so I'll take it.
Yeah, and especially able to get that second place finish, and you're also running you're a lap down, kind of far off the pack a little bit, and just mid pack, and you're able to jump your way up very easily with that battle there. And you also had that less pit stop. So just how was that tire wear, a little bit extra tire wear? You couldn't really use that last stint there and split that in half. You're able to save a stop there. Just how tough was that tire wear at the very end of the race?
It wasn't too bad as the sun went down. Like, it was really tough the earlier part of the race, and in the heat races, like, the tires were just cooking. But once the sun went down, I felt really good. I felt like I had pretty good pace. If we wouldn't have gone this way, I think we would have at least been in the top 10 either way. I'd raced up to the top 10 before we really knew that we could make it just on that one more stop when we pitted under green. And I had a little bit of a mistake there coming in on that last stop that we made behind Donnie. Got a little loose. He slowed up a little more than I was expecting. And so I had to slam on the brakes there and kind of got me loose a little bit. So I had to back up and get down pit road. So, if I wouldn't have done that, who knows, maybe we would have been first place. But overall, it was good. I'll take it. It was pretty fun. We've had some bad luck over here the last few weeks. So it's nice to kind of get out of that rut and get on the podium.
Yeah, but you were able to play that perfect strategy goal, able to get second. But before you sit down for all your way, any charts of the link for tonight's second place run?
Yes, sir. Circle W Farms, Floors by Dennis, Victory Fuel, the No Names, just all my revved up guys. I gotta thank Brock for this awesome Danica Patrick, the throwback. We brought it home in P2, almost first place. So I gotta shout him out for that. But overall, good night.
Yep, and congrats on your second place finish, and we'll see you next week at Bristol.
All right, thanks, guys.
So that was our second place finisher of Jacob Wilson. We'll bring in our third place finisher of Samuel Hoff. He was able to pick up a solid podium finish there. Was able to trying to chase down second to Jacob Wilson, but Jacob Wilson able to save enough fuel just right at the very end, not able to get there. But a 2-tire strategy call in that second pit stop there after splitting that in half. What was your thought process for that?
Yeah, it was, I had been struggling all day with trying to save tires, and the car always felt really tight, so I kind of came down that lap thinking we needed to execute something different, and made the 2-tire call instead of the 4-tire call, trying to change it up, make an adjustment to the car, and it worked out. The car actually came out of the pits. It was much more loose and free-flowing through the corners, and personally I liked how that felt better. And I was able to better, I guess, rotate the car through the corners, save the tire a little bit better, and it helped me just keep in front of the guys behind me who were 5-6 seconds back, and then tried to run down Jacob, but saved enough fuel and had enough of a gap to us to begin with, and he played it right.
You're still able to really solid third place finish for you tonight, as we are 7 races into the season already, and you're looking at points leader. Just looked at the points. You're out of the points leader after Darlington tonight, 42 ahead of Connors Rosen. So how's that momentum coming to the season, and are you able to carry that through the rest of the regular season here?
Yeah, I'm hoping to continue this momentum of podium finishes. So far with this new car, we've gone on a streak of 4 with the 00 Juicy Spider team, and the hope is that it can continue. Obviously, there will be luck coming our way at some point, and let's hope it's not in the playoffs, and maybe it hits us a little bit before it, and we can maybe keep this points lead all the way through the season, get into the playoffs, and then go from there about what's going to need to happen with trying to win a championship this season, because I'd like to get it done this year.
All right, well, we'll have to see later in the season, but you're going to be the points leader coming out of the race going into next week at Bristol. But before we turn it off, anyway, any sort of thing for tonight's third place run?
Yeah, Juicy Spider, Network, Patty Engineering, Fanic Robotics, Legends Racing Network, of course, Bagel Bites, and all my other great sponsors, and of course, the man on the spotter stand, Donald J. Trump.
All right, thank you. Thanks. Good job on the third place finish. We'll see you next week at Bristol.
See you at Bristol.
That was Samuel Hoff there in P number 3, going to be our points leader after tonight's race and going into the half-mile track of Bristol next week. That's going to be a fun one to watch next week, and we're going to see a lot of action there.
Yeah, completely different racetrack that we've been to, I believe, first short track of the season. And I don't believe we went there last season, so also a new track on the schedule, if I'm correct. So, a lot different than what we've seen so far this season. Bristol is just hectic, pretty much, in any car, let alone the new ARCA car.
That'll definitely be fun to watch next week and see how these drivers tackle the half-a-mile short track of the last great Coliseum. We'll see that next week at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Before we get there, coming up here next on the Legends Racing Network, tomorrow night, we'll have Thursday night for the Undisputed Cup Series. It'll start race number 1 at all the clubs in Fontana tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll also Sunday night, we'll have the Stampede Racing League, quarter 2 race number 4 at Michigan for 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And then we'll have, on Monday, we'll have the 5 Points Racing League Turnkey Network Solution Series. They'll be going back to They'll be going to Rockingham at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And next Wednesday, we'll have the SuperStar ARCA Cup, race number 8, going to Bristol at 8:15 Eastern Time. And also, next week as well, just two days after that, 2 days after, the day after Bristol, we'll have this Undisputed Cup Series. They'll be going to Legacy, Texas, for race number 2 of their season on May 1st, and also on May 2nd, the return of the NAR Cup Series. They'll be going to NAR Cup Series Season 6. They'll be coming back on May 2nd. So just a lot of fun races coming up here to start the new month and also finish out the month of April. So I hope to see all of our great viewers there, and those coming up on our next coming races. But so long here from Darlington, I'm Aaron Brown, joined alongside my co-commentator and producer tonight of Talon Drake, and also of Eric Keplinger tonight as well, in the booth tonight as well. But so long here from Darlington, and we'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.